Okay. So again, we have learned about the story. Okay. Then the main points of the story, we have gone through the summary of the last lesson. Now, what are the important things और आप किस तरीके के क्वेश्चंस एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं? आप रेफरेंस टू कॉन्टेक्स्ट पे एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू गो थ्रू द टेक्स्ट ऑफ द लेसन. तो हर लेसन का, हर पोम का आपको टेक्स्ट ज़रूर पता होना चाहिए. And from that you can get questions based on reference to context also. And for long answer questions you can be asked to elaborate on major themes on major characters. तो यहाँ पर जो दो मेन कैरेक्टर्स है, फ्रांस एंड द टीचर एम हैवल. ओके, सो नाउ कमिंग टू द मेजर थीम्स, दैट इज व्हाट द लव फॉर वंस ओन लैंग्वेज वी हैव डिस्कस्ड. ठीक है. देन कमिंग टू नेशनलिज्म एंड पेट्रियोटिज्म, डेडिकेशन टुवर्ड्स वंस नेशन. कि वो डेडिकेशन, वो पैशन जो आपका आपके नेशन के लिए है. एंड व्हेन डू यू रियलाइज दैट डेडिकेशन एंड पैशन? व्हेन सडनली यू आर बीइंग फोर्स्ड to leave that passion and go your own way. So in the story the same thing happens to the teacher and to the boy, the Franz also, that now we realized the importance of learning French. Bond between teacher and student. So here you can give the example that how Franz was feeling on the day when Franz was feeling the pain of his teacher, was feeling on the day of last lesson. यहाँ पर आप इस चीज को elaborate कर सकते हैं कि Franz, he was able to feel the pain, the grief, the miserableness that the teacher was experiencing at that particular time. So now there would be a parallel, a contrast between what he used to feel earlier for the teacher and now what he is feeling on the day of the last lesson. So there is quite a juxtaposition in feelings of both the times. Earlier क्या था, he was afraid and he was always of the feeling कि he didn't like the studies, he didn't like the subject, and he was always of the mood that he should bunk the classes, and also he didn't like the teacher very much. But now, as soon as the teacher said that it would be the last lesson as he is going to leave the country, the feelings changed. Then he realizes his mistake. The student realizes his mistake and now he has a respect for the teacher. तो आप इन दोनों situations को compare करेंगे and then you will realize कि now he is having genuine respect for the teacher. Now he realizes his mistake. And the teacher is also high, and the teacher has also changed. And the earlier teacher used to scold, he was a bit strict, but now he has become polite as he knows that he has to leave. So now he becomes polite and more understanding towards the students. So we can you can also explore the bond between teacher and students, how it was earlier and how it is now. This thing you can elaborate. Language related to freedom. This is an important point, as you can get the question like this कि आपको से उस particular line को explain करना है कि how the language is being a key to freedom. So there you have to mention that until and unless you know about once what we say, once language, one's culture, till then we are enslaved to another countries language and culture. अगर हम अपने ही लैंग्वेज और कल्चर को नहीं जानेंगे तो आगे फ्यूचर में कभी चांसेस नहीं होंगे कि हम किसी की स्लेवरी से फ्री हो जाएं. तो इसलिए हमारी लैंग्वेज, हमारा कल्चर, उसको जानना समझना इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर आपको वो पर्टिकुलर फ्रीडम चाहिए, अगर आपको वो स्लेवरी नहीं चाहिए, इफ यू वांट दैट फ्रीडम, देन you have to you should have the proper knowledge. You should be able to read, write and understand your own language. We should not take things for granted. This is another important concept कि चीज़ों को एज इट इज नहीं लेना चाहिए कि हाँ ठीक है, हो जाएगा, कल हो जाएगा. ये करंट मेजॉरिटी एज ह्यूमन बींग्स हम सब में कहीं ना कहीं ये ट्रेट होता है कि ठीक है, ओके वी विल डू इट टुमारो, आज नहीं करना, कल कर लेंगे, कल नहीं करना, परसों कर लेंगे। तो जब तक वो चीज़ आपके पास रहती है, जनरली क्या होता है, वी डू नॉट रियलाइज इज इम्पोर्टेंस, बट एज सुन एज दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग इज बीइंग टेकन फ्रॉम अस, then we realize that what we have lost. So it is better to realize the value of things कि जब आपके पास वो पर्टिकुलर चीजें हैं, it is better to have the knowledge of those things. क्योंकि अगर टाइम रहते ही आप उन पर्टिकुलर चीज़ों को समझ लेंगे, ओके, यू वुड बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ थिंग्स, सो यू वुड बी सेव्ड फ्रॉम द फीलिंग ऑफ रिमॉर्स एंड गिल्ट। जैसे कि फ्रांस को रिमॉर्स और गिल्ट फील होता है, तो वाई इज ही फीलिंग रिमॉर्सफुल एंड वाई इज ही फीलिंग गिल्टी एंड द विलेजेस ऑल्सो, बिकॉज नाउ they would not be taught French. Okay, it has been removed from the curriculum, it has been removed from the syllabus, and now they are being forced to learn a new language which is not their own. So it would be not possible for them to establish a connection. So now that is why now they have realized ki what they have lost. So now all of them are now feeling ki if they would have given time and time and efforts at that moment कि जब उनके पास लर्न करने की अपॉर्चुनिटी थी, तो वो आज उनको इस सिचुएशन फेस नहीं करनी पड़ती, आज उनको उनकी लैंग्वेज के बारे में सब पता होगा. सो फ्रॉम दिस थिंग ओनली कम्स द वैल्यू that we have to give importance to our own language culture, as that is a part of our identity. हम जो भी हैं, whatever we are, it is because of our country. We would say that we are Indians, so that sense of identity is being given by our country only, because we are born and brought up in our country, that's why we are Indians. Similarly, so we need to value the importance and the cultural and literary heritage of our country. So culture and language is a very important theme here, we can say. We can mention this here also, although I have mentioned. So you can culture, language is a part of culture, so this culture and language is an important theme. तो स्टोरी आपकी वोवन अप है वो इसी थीम के अराउंड बेस्ड है. So that is why few lines I have written here. That what happens, see, it is saying that Dorot's last lesson explores the effects of cultural subjugation. So basically, you can point up this phrase, आप इस phrase को, इन words को आप particularly अपने आंसर में लिख सकते हैं. Cultural subjugation means cultural control या cultural enslavement. That Germany is trying to, not only physically control, ये तो physical control, but it is also trying to cultural कंट्रोल. कल्चरल बॉन्डेज हो गया एक तरीके से, इन स्लेवरी एंड बॉन्डेज और बॉन्डेज ऑल सेम. सो थिंग इज दैट यू कैन यूज दिस पर्टिकुलर वर्ड्स. एक्सप्लोर्स द इफेक्ट ऑफ कल्चरल सब्जुगेशन इन अ टाइम ऑफ वॉर. तो जब वॉर होता है तो सिर्फ कल्चरल सब्जुगेशन, सिर्फ फिजिकल सब्जुगेशन नहीं हो रहा है, आप कल्चरली भी आपको डिसलोकेट करने की प्रैक्टिसेस की जाती हैं. पैट्रियोटिज्म एंड रेजिस्टेंस, ये अगेन एक इम्पॉर्टेंट थीम है कल्चरल लैंग्वेज के साथ. पैट्रियोटिज्म वी हैव डिस्कस्ड. तो पैट्रियोटिज्म आप किसके कैरेक्टर में शो हो रहा है? एम हैमल के कैरेक्टर में, राइट. विलेजर्स के कैरेक्टर में भी शो हो रहा है, बट एम हैमल के कैरेक्टर में मेनली शो हो रहा है कि पैट्रियोटिज्म किस तरीके से उनकी फीलिंग्स को ओवर पावर करता है. दैट व्हाई ही इज फीलिंग सैड, ही इज फीलिंग सैड ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ दिस थिंग दैट नाउ ही इज बीइंग फोर्स्ड टू लीव हिज ओन कंट्री. नाउ कमिंग टू दिस थिंग, in telling the story of the last lesson, or M. Hamel, a school teacher in the French region of Alsace, Lorraine gives to Franz and his fellow pupils shortly. The writer, the author, explores the multifaceted nature of patriotism and resistance. Multifaceted means many dimensions. Okay, many aspects. कितने सारे aspects हैं patriotism के. Patriotism का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप जाके अपनी कंट्री या बॉर्डर पर सिर्फ फाइट आउट कर रहे हैं. नो, पैट्रियोटिज्म आप अपनी कल्चर और लैंग्वेज से भी शो कर रहे हैं. तो दैट इज व्हाट द टीचर इज ट्राइंग टू शेयर. और जो टीचर का डेडिकेशन है, दैट ही शुड पास ऑन दिस लेगेसी टू द स्टूडेंट्स ऑल्सो, दैट इज ऑल्सो अ फॉर्म ऑफ पेट्रियोटिज्म. Okay, so this you can mention कि he is patriotic in the sense that he is trying to pass on the cultural legacy to the students. He has made efforts and he is feeling very sad because he is not completely successful. Through the character of M. Hamel, the reader is presented with a figure of resistance who fights his subjugation not by arms but by deploying patriotic pride. So in the speech that he says he is not fighting the war with Germans by weapons and arms. ठीक है, वो arms और weapons लेके नहीं खड़ा हो रहा है. Rather what does he say? He says कि अगर हमें इन slavery नहीं करनी है, वो अपने thoughts के through villagers को और students को patriotic बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा है basically. तो what does he say? कि अगर हमें इन slavery नहीं करनी है, then we need to respect and know and understand our language and culture very well. So in that sense he is putting up a fight. Resistance का मतलब that you are putting up a fight against slavery. Okay, in that sense he is putting up a fight against slavery. तो ये एक डायमेंशन है एम हैमल के कैरेक्टर का, वेरी द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट डायमेंशन. तो इन केस इफ यू गेट अ कैरेक्टर स्केच of M. Hamel, then you can use these particular lines to describe your answer, to write upon your answer. How he is patriotic and how he is resistance. He is resistance towards the slavery. वो जो slavery है वो उसके लिए in resistance है. Fine. So these are certain important questions and you can expect or somewhat similar questions like this. So this is your last French lesson. How did France react to this declaration of M. Hamel? So this is a line that is being spoken up by the teacher, last French lesson. So as soon as he speak it, then France became very shocked and surprised. Okay, he was shocked and startled. You can say startled means surprised. What has happened? Why this thing has happened? तो एक सैड रियलाइजेशन और उसके जो थॉट प्रोसेस है उसमें एक चेंज आ जाता है पर्टिकुलर. तो नाउ ही फेल्ट सॉरी फॉर वेस्टिंग अवे हिज टाइम एंड स्किपिंग हिज लेसन्स. तो दिस चेंज हैड कम ओनली आफ्टर रियलाइजिंग द बिटर ट्रूथ दैट नाउ फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स देयर विल बी नो फ्रेंच क्लासेस. और जब उसे पता चलता है तो ही नाउ ही वांट्स टू लर्न एवरीथिंग. मतलब पूरा जो फ्रेंच है वो एक दिन में लर्न कर लेना चाहता है, बट ऑब्वियसली दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. तो यहाँ पर हम उस चेंज की बात कर रहे हैं. हाउ फ्रांस इमोशंस चेंज, फ्रांस इमोशंस एंड फीलिंग्स टुवर्ड द सब्जेक्ट चेंज, टुवर्ड्स द लैंग्वेज चेंज. तो ये आप उसमें मेंशन कर सकते हैं. अर्लियर उसके क्या इमोशन से लैंग्वेज के थ्रू, लर्निंग के थ्रू टुवर्ड्स लर्निंग फ्रेंच, और अब उसके क्या इमोशंस. He was also deeply pained, so he is pained that particularly his teacher is leaving. What a thunderclap these words to me. Which were the words that shocked and surprised little France? So these were the only words, okay? The same words say, these words are spoken by France and these were the words जब वो सुनकर उसको बहुत बड़ा शॉक लगा था that this is going to be my last French lesson. He was there to teach his last French lesson. He was shocked and surprised. He felt very guilty for ignoring his lessons and for wasting away his times. So now he has developed a strange fascination for his language and his school. So this you can mention in your answer. Fascination means liking. मतलब now he is having an honest desire to learn. वो डिजायर जो पहले नहीं थी, अब वो डिजायर उसके अंदर डेवलप हो गई है. एंड ऑनेस्ट डिजायर टू लर्न फ्रेंच डेवलप्ड. What changes came over little France after he heard M. Hamel's announcement? तो अगेन इसमें क्या रियलाइजेशन होता है that now he understood that कि he does not know anything about his language. कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल उसको ये रियलाइजेशन होता है कि उसने क्या लूज किया. फाइन. and now he was being deprived of the opportunity of to learn it. अब उसे रियलाइज होता है कि उसको उसकी लैंग्वेज आती ही नहीं है और अब उसके पास वो अपॉर्चुनिटी भी नहीं है सीखने की. तो इन सारी बातों से क्या होता है, ही इज फीलिंग वेरी गिल्टी. ओके, ही इज फीलिंग वेरी गिल्टी दैट व्हाई दिस थिंग इज हैपनिंग. कि now suddenly he develops a desire, a yearning to learn the language. And the second thing is the thought of losing his teacher is also paining him. So he is going to miss his teacher. He develops, a bond also with his teacher. अब जो रिस्पेक्ट है और अब जो वो लव है वो जेन्युइन है as compared to earlier times. A bond of genuine respect for his teacher. What was unusual about Hamilton's dress and behavior on the day of his last French lesson? So this we have discussed during the summary. That what was unusual? He was wearing the most special clothes that he used to wear only on few occasions. Special clothes, okay, and also behavior-wise, he was very kind and polite towards the students. He did not scold Franz, and he politely, asked the villagers, and he also admits his mistake that as a teacher he was not completely successful in teaching the students. So this you can write what he was wearing: a beautiful green coat, shirt, and embroidered black silk cap. तो ये ड्रेस फिक्स थी कुछ स्पेशल ओकेजन पर पहनने के लिए, बट वो उस पर्टिकुलर डे पे क्यों पहनी? बिकॉज इट इज द लास्ट डे, इट इज हिज लास्ट डे इन द स्कूल. तो इट कुड बी कंसिडर्ड हिज फेयरवेल, ओके, एंड ही इज देयर टू डिलीवर दैट लास्ट लेसन. ही एक्सप्लेन्स एवरीथिंग विद पेशेंस, अनयूजुअल पेशेंस. तो उसके अंदर वो डिजायर था कि इमोशनली वो ही इज फीलिंग कि वो सब कुछ एक ही क्लास में बच्चों को और विलेजर्स को पढ़ा दे. तो दैट वाई ही वॉज वेरी पेशेंट एंड पोलाइट. हाउ डिड ही से फेयरवेल टू हिज स्टूडेंट्स, द पीपल ऑफ टाउन? तो हाउ डिड ही से? तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ही delivered the last lesson, and all the villagers were also invited to experience it, and he taught them with patience and politeness. He assumed the role of a mentor and advised the villagers to safeguard their language. So this is important. This you can mention in your answer as it is. That he assumed the role of mentor. He gave his speech, okay? जो speech वो दी जाती है और उस पर आप ये mention कर सकते हैं that what did he say? That key to freedom was learning one's language. Most beautiful and logical language in the world. So this was his love for the language. Being ripped up with emotions, he wrote Farewell à France, and this was the farewell that he was giving to the his country. Basically, he wrote in bold letters on the blackboard, and to give a message to the villagers also that you need to fight for your country. That there should be a feeling of patriotism among all of us. When Franz reached his school, what unusual situation did he observe? So what was the unusual situation? We have discussed in the summary that the usual hustle and bustle was not there. Okay, it could not be seen. There was no commotion, there was no movement in the school. It was very still and quiet and somber. कि ऐसा लग रहा था कि it was a Sunday holiday and not the regular school. The din means the noise of opening and closing of desk and the rapping of a teacher's ruler. यानी कि एक पर्टिकुलर क्लासरूम का आपको पर्टिकुलर एनवायरनमेंट बताया जा रहा है कि जैसे बच्चे डेस्क खोल रहे हैं, बंद कर रहे हैं, टीचर इज डूइंग लाइक दिस ऑन हिज डेस्क, पुटिंग हैंड ऑन द डेस्क. तो वो सारी साउंड्स, वो सारा मूवमेंट, वो सारा कमोशन कुछ भी नहीं था उसमें. द स्टूडेंट्स हैड ऑलरेडी टेकन देयर प्लेसेस एंड द विलेज एल्डर्स हैड गैदर्ड हियर. और दूसरी अनयूजुअल चीज क्या थी कि जो बैक बेंचेस जो जनरली खाली रहते थे, अब उन बैक बेंचेस पर स्टूडेंट्स नहीं है, द विलेजर्स आर सिटिंग हियर. So these two things, unusual things we observe. So this was the story, and I have tried, to cover all the important points. So this was the story. The major things are patriotism, okay, and how to resist the slavery, and how learning one's own language is important. Nationalism, that is the mark of nationalism. So this is important. So do practice some questions based on this, and you can always, reach out with your doubts in the comment section. I hope you have enjoyed uh, understanding this the last lesson. It's a beautiful story, and I too enjoyed it. So tomorrow we are again going to meet with a new lesson. Till then, take care and do like, share, and subscribe to the channel.